I cannot hit nothing. Hello YouTube and Rumble. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these paper cartridges in 44 for cap and ball revolvers. I'm using the guns of the Old West kit, so it's kind of like a review on his kit. I'll put a link to his channel so you can see how to actually make them. This one's made out of paper that his kit included, which I believe is cigarette paper, but I ran out of that. And now I'm using coffee filters. So we're going to take a piece. And if you want to know the dimensions, it's 3 inch by 1 inch 7/8. You could probably round it up to 2 inches and be fine. So once you have your sheet, you're going to take your glue stick. Just put a little bit of glue at the bottom, like so. And then you're going to take this part of the kit here. You're going to put it where it just kind of goes a little bit past this edge right here. And you're just going to roll it as tight as possible. Just keep rolling it. Make sure that glue really sticks there, and you don't need a whole lot of glue. And it doesn't need to be perfect, these are going to burn anyway. And then you're going to push it this way. And you're going to find that little lip right there. And you're going to get a blade. And you're just going to carefully cut along there. You don't want to cut into the plastic, or else you'll eventually damage this. And then once you have that all cut away, you could just tear it off. And then you're going to get this part of your kit. And you're going to put one of the circles, which is the bottom piece on there. Oh, getting ahead of myself. So, okay, before you do that, you need to cut this bottom part. So basically where the end of this is, you're just going to find the end and just, let's see, hard to see on the camera here. Just going to cut along the edge. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to cut. Once you have it pretty much cut, you kind of just tear it away. That's perfectly fine. And then you're going to put some glue on the end here. And then you're just going to stick this in there like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then slide it out. Make sure all the edges are good. And then just slide that off. And there's pretty much the cartridge itself. Now you just need powder and ball. For the circles, I got this at the local craft store. It works pretty good. You just put your paper in and, punches out the paper. And one other thing I did notice is that if you make a lot of these, glue will sometimes build up inside this piece. And if that happens, sometimes the paper will stick. So when you go to pull it out, it just rips it more than anything else. I'm going to make some more of these, and then I'll show you how to do the powder and the bullet. So, be right back. Alright, now that you made more of these cartridges here, you're going to stick it back in the mold. And the reason why I don't do this all in one step is I recommend letting these dry for a bit. Make sure so the bottom doesn't come out. I made that mistake. Just going to put it back in. And then this actually comes with its own powder measure. This is 30 grains. I like to shoot 30 grains. But I noticed that since I'm using round balls and not a flat conical bullet, that when I use 30 grains, the ball will not go deep enough. So what I've been doing is actually 27 grains. Now once I get a mold and I start casting conical bullets instead of round balls, I can probably go up to 30 with no problem. So that's kind of like my fault. So we have the powder measure set to 27. It's hard to see here, but we're just going to fill this up here. All right. Once we have the 27 grains, we're just going to put it in there. Make sure we get it all out. It fills it up pretty high, but you're going to compact it. Black powder, you do not want to air gap. Create a pipe bomb. We're going to take our camera maybe a little bit. We're going to take our glue stick, take the ball, and just do a nice little coating around the edge. Then we're going to take that glue around the edge here and just stick it right in there like that. And then you're just going to push it down nice and tight. Nice and tight in there. And make sure you have it the correct way. I made a mistake where I tried to make one backwards and it didn't really work out too well. Once you have that, you're just going to pop it out. Sometimes it could be in there pretty tight. And there you go. There is that. Almost done. There's one other step you need to do, which you don't have to do. It's just what I like to do is putting the lube on the ball, so I don't have to put lube on the cylinder. But hopefully these work as well as the cigarette paper. I'm going to do a test at the end of this video, trying out both. So let me get some of this lube melted and show you that step. Alright, so for the lube of the bullet, I made my own black powder lube using 50% Crisco and 50% beeswax, and it works pretty good actually. So I got some in here, I got it on a hot plate, got it melted, and all we're going to do is take our paper cartridge and we're just going to dip it into the wax just up to like the paper, pull it out, make sure you don't drop it in there. I might have it a little too hot, it's taking a minute to dry. But there you go. It's okay if it gets a little bit on the paper. As long as it doesn't go past the ball into the powder, you'll be fine. If anything, it might actually seal the ball better. And put this one to the side. And grab one of my other ones over here. As you can see here, the lube. It just helps with the fouling and stuff. Keep it nice and soft, so it makes it really easy to. You can see here's the one we just dipped. It's already starting to dry on there. You don't have to do this. You could just load it and then put lube on top of it after. It's really up to you. Like a personal preference kind of thing. These are ones I've already did the other day. You see some have more lube than other. As the lube dries, it tends to get a little thicker. You can see one on there's got like a whole bunch, but I'm not too worried about it. The reason why I have it stored like this is when I put them side by side, they're really hard to grab. They're really slippery. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the ones with Guns of the Old West paper, and then we're going to do some with the coffee filter paper and see if there's any difference. But same powder and same lead ball and everything. These are 451 lead balls. I prefer 454s. They seal a little better, but these are the ones that I had on hand, and I just kind of want to use them first. And well, let's get to testing them out. Alright, and we're back, and we're going to be testing out our paper cartridges. This is my Pieta 1858 Remington. Let's get her loaded up. I'm just going to take one and just put it in there. Push it down. Then we're going to ram it like that. Alright, cool. Much faster than doing loose powder and ball, that's for sure. There we go. Oh yeah, this is so much easier. Sure. Somehow skipped a cylinder. Make sure there's one here. Alright, that should be all 6. Nope, I skipped one more. I seem to always do that. Skip one. Alright. Alright, that's all 6. And then we're just going to put our caps on. I need a capping tool, that's for sure. Alright, all the caps are on. Ready? Oh, cap jam. There we go. I cannot hit nothing. They're shooting good, other than these cap jams. I do need to get better aftermarket. Hey, I got one. Alright, well those worked pretty good, other than the cap jams. But I need to get better aftermarket nipples to prevent that. Alright, now we're going to be trying the ones with the coffee filters. Let's see. Definitely a little bit harder now that the chambers are dirty. Oop, don't do what I just did and drop one. There we go. Hopefully these coffee filters work just as well as the cigarette paper. Other than the chambers being a little dirty, they're loading about the same. One more. That lube and paper makes a mess though. Alright, let's put the caps on. Hopefully we won't have cap jams, but I really need to invest on a capping tool. Alright, let's get a little bit closer to see if I can actually hit something. Think that'll be good? And a cap jam. That's going to do it every single cap. There, I got one. There we go. I think it's jammed now. Yep, we got a cap stuck. Well, I'll clear that off camera. But overall, that stuff definitely does, the paper cartridges definitely work pretty well. And just a little bit of a post video here. I just wanted to say that the paper cartridges worked great in the revolver, but cap jams, I've never experienced cap jams that bad before, ever. So I don't know if that had to do with the paper cartridges or if it's just the fact that I had backlog while recording. It seems like whenever you turn a camera on, things just don't go quite as well. But I will be buying the aftermarket Slick Shot nipples and trying those out, and I'll just do it gives me an excuse to do a whole nother video, which is always like another excuse to shoot more. I don't know if you guys saw in the video I was shooting, part of the reason why I didn't do that last shot is because I ended up cutting my thumb here pretty good on a cap. And I ended up there was some blood on the revolver, and it was hard to pull back the hammer because it actually hurt pretty good. And it was bleeding pretty good. So I've never had that happen either, so I can say this gun has, well, drawn blood now. So you guys just, lesson learned, just got to be very careful. But like I said, I've never had either of those issues. But other than that, the paper cartridges worked out really good, and I really like Guns of the Old West kit. And for real this time, this is the end of the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.